Hey everybody, my name is Corey and this is my garden diary. Last week we did a nice thin layer of worm castings. I showed you how to make it and I have been doing it every other day. We've been raining and I don't hate that, but I want to keep a layer of that on everybody's leaves because the bugs hate it. And I'm going to show you we have no bug issues in this garden in June. It's June already. And that's when it's usually, I usually give up the first week of May in my garden, but actually I've been able to be out here in the mornings and I want to show you a couple phenomenons that's happening here, one especially. Let's go. So we're just going to pretend that there's no weeds in this garden right now. It has been raining so much that I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to sit out here in the sun and weed to make this look Pinterest pretty, but I got to show you this. And there's weeds in here because, take a look. This is my little berry patch and we've been getting berries. Last year I had a lot more because I put in this bed, this aluminum bed. And I moved about 5 blackberry plants and they did not do well. I only had one that did well, but I did replant some other ones. And if you look on the footage, oh, there's a little bug. Look at that. I don't know what he is, but that means I gotta spray some compost tea. Wanna sneak away? Is that what you're doing? Sneaky. But look at this. This is growing outside my garden. Came out of the garden and trying to reach my driveway here. But look at this guy here. I mean, it's not world record or anything. I'm growing squash in June in Florida. No squash vine borers. This one's probably about done. This is that one with the green flesh. I'm gonna go ahead and pick this today because it's not huge, but the plant is doing so well. There it is. I love it. Oh my goodness. Like, this is June and I'm growing squash in Florida. I swear it's the tea. It's keeping the bugs away. And this plant is doing so well and it's growing all over the place. I'm going to show you several different areas where this is growing in Florida right now. Look at that. I got 2 different limes here. I got them for my birthday. My birthday's in January and they're still sitting here 6 months. I just didn't know where to put them. This is my mission this week. I'm going to do it. I have even like some little limes on there. This is just a lime tree and that one's a key lime. So I've decided where to put them and we're gonna do that this week. So let's not look at the weeds. There's a reason. Because look at this plant right here. There's sweet potatoes growing in here. And I got a little bit of watermelon. She's happy. And oh, I am gonna pull that weed out of here. And that weed out of here, but I'm letting these sweet potatoes go. This is that mullein plant. It's doing well everywhere. Let me see, cucumbers. They're not happy, but look at this. This squash plant is just going crazy. There's no mold, mildew. Everything's happy, and every time it rains, I just spray it with some more worm casting tea and it's wrapping around everywhere. So I'm not pulling these weeds, I'm not stepping on the vines, but it is absolutely beautiful. And the coffee is not greening up. I think it needs to be out in the sun more. Obviously, I mean, it's just like yellow. It's coffee. So it probably just needs a lot more sun. You know, I say there's not a whole lot going on right now, but all you have to do is look down and find something new. Let's take a look. You know, I just don't think you know, like in June, squash, pumpkins, I've grown watermelon during the summer, but never this. So the vine borers, maybe they got lost. They're gonna come. I know they're gonna come, but this is a whole another area of squash that I'm growing. These tomatoes are just thin and ridiculous looking, but look at that. There is food. Look at all those avocados. I mean, we have avocados coming. Usually we start eating those the end of August, so they got a little way to go. These get really, really big. So we have food here, for sure. It's exciting. Even though we've had a ton of rain and I have fertilized with my teas, the carrots kind of feel like they're stunted. I feel like they're like, oh, it's hot, I don't want to do anything. And that's okay, I'm just gonna leave them here. But look how pretty these are. These are from fall. This is Savoy cabbage, and it is absolutely beautiful. I left it here because it was pretty. I didn't think it was gonna form heads, but this is starting to form heads now. I don't know. It is crazy. I'm going to definitely grow this next year. I'm going to start a whole bunch in August is when I'm going to start my brassicas. But look how pretty this, it grows well here. And so you just have to take a note. They look like pretty little flowers. So this is my celery from last year. And she was looking kind of hardcore, but look, she's still doing good. She's getting some love. We were in a drought from January till the end of May, and all of a sudden we started getting rain this week every other day, every day. But ashwagandha, so I'm about ready to harvest this. I still have some green pods here. Those are the seed pods. I'm gonna harvest the root, but it's almost done. But it's doing really, really well, except for these vines from my fence that keep climbing over. Last week, you saw this guy. And look at that. That is what you call a squash vine borer. See all those bubbly, weird stuff? It laid eggs in that. So it is here, it is on, and it's sad because I'm seeing some squash right here. Oh, that is so sad. It happens. It's happening. Oh, makes me so mad. So maybe we'll get 2 fruit. Told you they're coming. They found their way. I've decided to come back to that squash borer. I made myself a little injection of peroxide and alcohol and water. That's what I get rid of. I spray my plants for aphids. So I'm gonna inject this into that because this vine borer has put his eggs into the center of that. So they're gonna hatch out and eat everything inside. So it's gonna die anyway. So I am going to take this and spray it inside, and if it kills the whole plant, it's gonna die anyway. But I'm just gonna do a little test to see if this will work. Maybe it will kill it and not kill the plant. Let's take a look. So you can see here, it's wounded. It is wounded. There's a worm right there. Can you see it? I see a little worm right there. Yeah, it's probably gonna kill the plant, but you know what? I'm gonna take these guys out. We'll come back tomorrow and see what this looks like. I tried. Yeah, that may have been a little aggressive, but you know what? So are they. So the squash borer has not found this plant yet. So hopefully that's enough for it. It's not. There's more. They make more than one. Say a little prayer for that one. I moved all my peppers over here because they were getting too much sun. Now they're doing a lot better. They were looking very stressed out. Got some poblanos right here. Look at that pretty pepper. I've never been able to grow peppers very well. This is a green pepper. I know it's looking, I swear it rained yesterday and look how wilted it looks. So I'm gonna come in here and give it some more water. It is middle of the day too, so it's pretty hot out, so everybody's gonna be wilty more than usual. I had a girlfriend, she got me an Everglades tomato plant, which are like little tiny cherry tomatoes, but they grow really well here. And I've always grown all my cherry tomatoes underneath this avocado tree. This is a different one. Let me see if I can find an avocado. It has dropped a lot of avocados, and it always does every year, and I'm always surprised that I'm surprised, but here you go. They get really big. So these are tinies. They have another about 2 months, 2 full months until they're done and ready to go. I am bagging all of my tomatoes. These don't look great. I mean, I've got some, but the birds have really did a number on me this year, and I am going to start planting my fall garden, and I am going to do the majority of my tomatoes in fall because I don't have all these problems. They're not happy because of the heat. They're thin. They look ridiculous. So timing is everything. And yeah, I'm going to do a huge heavy tomato run this fall. When I sprayed this cucumber, I've had cucumber problems forever. I'm just like hoping. There's one right there. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. But I'm still having like issues, so we'll see. It looks better than it did last week, and I'm just gonna keep on spraying it, keep these bugs away. But yeah, I have a little cucumber there. These Romas are, I mean, they look healthy, but, and I have lots of Romas on there covered in bags. There's some down here. Oh, she's starting to ripen. But this is not how I want a garden, but this is how I have to. They're doing okay. This is probably the best tomato situation in the garden right now. The kale is still pretty. I have so much kale. I just keep taking the bad ones and dropping them in there. It's just creating its own mulch right now. Just dropping it in there. Give it some vitamins. I have so much kale inside my freezer. It's not even funny. I tried to do a tomato situation with a serrana. This is still looking pretty pale. I know why. Because look, it's completely in the shade behind this bamboo. So I'm probably gonna move this out in the sun, and that's what it is. But I have a bunch of peppers on here. I think they should be about twice the size, but there's a bunch on here. So they're pretty, but they're tiny. So I'm working on it. That freaking squirrel. Seriously, right in front of my face. Oh my goodness. Honestly, I don't know what I was thinking when I went to grow some Brussels sprouts. I buy them maybe once or twice a year, and I'll continue buying them because I planted this last September. So I probably started in July by seed, and so that's 11 months. So let me show you this. Oh, look at the pretty leaves. Look at the pretty leaves. Look at my Brussels sprouts. It was so dry from January to May that they just were dormant, but they're starting to grow these little tiny crazy looking Brussels sprouts, and I just don't think I'm ever gonna do it again. They're pretty, and this makes good chicken feed, but come on, a year for like one serving, maybe if they keep going, of Brussels sprouts. No, I'm not gonna do it again. You gotta learn from our mistakes. This is my pepper bed, and I'll just add more peppers in here and we'll all be happy. Now, I have learned in Florida in the month of June, you put there's 2 zinnias in this pot, and look how tall it is. Look how green it is. Look what it's behind. The bamboo. It's in complete shade, and it's doing really, really well. Now, I'll show you some that are in the complete sun, and they're about 10 inches tall. This one is about 2 feet tall, and it's doing lovely. I mean, the shining leaves, everything. So now I'm gonna learn from my mistakes and learn from the things I've done right. Look at that. And I'm gonna plant these in the shade next year. Yeah. This is what I'm doing. Trying to protect these tomatoes from the birds. They've just been awful this year. Awful, awful, awful. And the heat and the drought. But I still have food growing. You just have to keep on trying. It's a Cosmo right here, and I just let them go because they're pretty. Just let them do their thing. The crazy thing is last week I was looking at these Barbados cherries, and they were full of these pink little flowers. I have 6 Barbados cherries back here. And they were full of flowers, and then the flowers disappeared and there was no fruit. And now I'm getting flowers again. I don't know. I've never gotten cherries off this yet. I'm supposed to do it, give fruit a couple times a year. So I don't know. It's trying, but this whole area needs to be mulched. Those are some pretty zinnias, but look how much shorter those are. Those other ones are 2 feet tall. These are probably 24 inches. 24 inches is 2 feet tall. So maybe the other ones were much bigger than that. I don't know. Well, they're beautiful. And I just found my blue turmeric popping up. I planted that. Oh my goodness, I did a video on that a long time ago, and it's just starting to pop up everywhere. There's some more turmeric right here. It's so pretty. I'm gonna let it go for a while. I wanna get a bunch. I bought 6 of these, put them in the ground, pulled them up, got about 28-ish, put them right back in the ground, and it took forever. Like I saw somebody else, and like, if you think you killed your turmeric, just wait. And I did, and it's all starting to pop up now. There's some more turmeric right next to my pineapple, and look at this. I got a pineapple. I got 2 pineapples, a little one over there, and more turmeric right behind it. Right here, some more turmeric. There's food. These are doing better. They get a lot more shade, these zinnias. But I put poppies in here. This is my yucca, and it's coming back from a really bad, stupid hurricane that came and knocked it down. But it's loving this rain. Different colors of my zinnias. This, I think, is a poppy. I don't know. I almost forget. I know that's a poppy. And some weeds. And I got sugarcane coming. Look at that. I had a friend call me up one day, and she said, I'm thinning out my plantains. You want one? I'm like, heck yeah. And she just brought me a chunk of it, and look how pretty this thing is. I actually, for as much as we like plantains, I don't think I had one going. The leaves are really, really big and beautiful. They're bigger than my banana leaves. I love it. And it's doing super good here. Cannot wait. There's a whole new leaf right there. I'm just gonna be truthful with you. I honestly, with my mushroom tea mixture, I was hoping that it would just do miracles and take this pomegranate and green it up a little bit. It doesn't look bad, and I honestly, I have to go look at some video in Puerto Rico, because they have several of these, and I almost feel like maybe it looks the same. Maybe these are just the new leaves. I don't know. I think this could be much greener. But what it really wants, it wants to be in the ground, and I hadn't made my mind up where I was going to put it yet. But I'm going to do that with the citrus over there, those limes. We're gonna put them in the ground this week, and not this one though, because this one has fruit on it, and I'm not going to stress it out by transplanting it right now, so I'm gonna leave this one in here. There's pomegranate right there. I put a bag on it because, I don't know, I'm bagging everything in here. There's 1, 2, 3, there's a bunch of flowers on here. Look at this flower. Well, it's not a flower yet, but it's a bud, and it's gonna turn into a flower. This has just been flowering ever since I got it, and I got it when it was like 8 inches tall. So this is just maybe turning a year old, and I have fruit on it, but she's gonna do really, really good and grow spectacular when I put them in the ground. Here's another one that's about to flower. It's really pretty. But look next to it. Phenomena. I know, we just saw squash borers in my zucchini, but look at how pretty this plant is. I'm just gonna keep spraying it. This is the worst damage right there, that little yellow spot. I don't know what that is. But look at this. You guys don't even understand. It has been impossible for me to grow squash in the summer. And I know it may not be technically summer yet, but summer has been summer for about a month here. And I got my roselle growing. She probably needs more sun, but I'm leaving her here and let her grow slow. Some muslin, little eggplant. We don't like eggplant, so if you do, come on over and I'll give you some. I planted this flower bed. It's really shallow, and so it tends to dry out more. So I decided I'm doing like succulents and cactuses and things that just don't mind the heat as much. This one here, it smells like vapor rub. It's really, really cool. So I'm trying to put it on the side so it just kind of hangs over. But yeah, I've been fighting with this, and it's kind of the best it looks. This is a sweet potato. What? How the heck did that? I don't even remember what I was doing with that, but she happy. I got sweet potatoes growing in there, but sweet potatoes can grow anywhere. They can grow anywhere. I'm telling you, they like the sand. They like the heat. They don't care. This is embarrassing. This is about to get reset. I have sweet potatoes right there too. This is getting reset. It's done. It's crazy because this looked beautiful yesterday. This is too big for his britches, you can tell. Yeah, I'm embarrassed. So this week we're gonna clean this up. I already set seeds for everything. I have a really cool idea for both of these to just, it's gonna be summer, so I think we're gonna put some yellow, green, and purple beans in one of these, and I have new peppers and tomatoes, the dwarf tomatoes, cherry tomatoes for these guys here. It gave me so much food this year. It's this time to reset. This was charred. She's like, I'm done. I just come along and I pop these off and I go over to my chickens and I feed it to my chickens. Some tomato plant here. It doesn't look mad or anything, but yeah. So I have seeds growing to reset all of this. There's what is that? There's a beet. Look at that, there's a beet up in here. It's so hot, and it's early. It's probably 8 o'clock in the morning. But I just want to tell you guys, like, I grow in raised beds. I grow in the ground. I have my little food forest. And I will tell you that right there, if you only could get one thing, if you only had a back porch, if you were living in an apartment, this is what I would get. And don't take my opinion right now as it looks horrible. I have been growing out of these for 2 years, and I have had more food coming out of these than anything else. I take care of them about every 2 weeks, 3 weeks. And this is going to seed. It looks horrible right now. But if you look at my other videos, it's beautiful. And I actually got the biggest broccoli that I got out of my whole entire garden. I didn't even know it was there. I didn't even try. So when winter comes, I am going to be growing broccoli and cauliflower in there like crazy. My birds are They think I have greens for him. I should get some greens for him. Good morning. Good morning. Who's my favorites? Are you my favorites? These are my I am Samanis. Oh, what are they? 10, 11 weeks old now. They're getting big. We've watched them from an egg incubation. I did this cool coop for them that I'm about to show you in another video. We customized a coop just for them. We'll let them out. Good morning. Hi. You biting me? What are you biting me? Good morning. I see yous. I see yous. Ouch! That's my rooster. He is a rooster. Look at that. My little goth chickens. She's a hen. At one, you're biting me. You hungry? You want greens? You come out and get them yourself. I got more bananas here. They'll get a little taller and shade my coop. Look at you being fancy. You learned your wings, huh? That means I'm gonna have to trim them. I'm gonna have to cut your wings, girl. Yep. I'm gonna have to cut your wings. We got lots of this tobacco growing. I don't know why. We don't smoke, but it's really pretty. And I tell you what, these little pods right here, these seed pods have 1,000 seeds in each of them. So just DM me if you need any tobacco seeds for any reason. So the funny story about this bed is I had asparagus in it, and the asparagus was doing so well, it was overtaking everything. And so I decided to move it somewhere else. And because I thought this was like really good, you know, real estate for my garden. And now I have this grown in it. So I bought some more crowns. I'm going to put some asparagus back in this bed because asparagus lasts 25 years. And so we're going to do that. I'm kind of going to redo this area, the chicken area, my greenhouse area, like within the next couple of weeks. Excuse my sweat. Crazy that we took all these bananas down to put my new coop in here and just threw them down here. I'm going to put them on the beds for mulch. But that was less than 2 weeks ago, and look at all the bananas growing out of it. I'm saving them for my dog. Oh, he's eating a banana right now. Yeah, I got some lemon balm, and these are just some fun flowers I thought would match the coop. And I'm gonna move those. Too much. There's some oregano going. I have oregano for life. These guys, they think I have brought them some greens. I'll bring you some in a minute. If you didn't get in my gardens, I would let you out, but you're crazy. You have all this grass here, all these weeds, and you wanna eat in my garden. She's a silky, she's on crack. There's my crazy little rooster. He's pretty, he's sweet. Hi. Who's coming out here? Phyllis Diller. Phyllis Diller. There she is. Hi, Philly. Hi. You crazy thing. Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? You guys got food? You got water? Yeah? Do it again. Tell me who you are. Tell me who you are. No? There you go. I knew you had it in you. 2 of my grandchildren came out here with a couple loofahs and just started spreading them everywhere. So this loofah is gonna grow up the chicken coop. I'm excited. I think it's gonna look really cool. I know there's a bunch more around here, but this is gonna be fun. So I'm thinking, since I have the squash, same one, this is coming out of one of my planters, deep planters. So maybe I'll confuse, maybe the squash vine borer. I can't get in there because my watermelon's in the way. But maybe, and it's so full in there of everything else, the amaranth, and I got some Thai basil back there. Maybe one of them will do good. I got one squash so far, and I'm happy with that. But look at how healthy these are. I mean, they're just absolutely beautiful. No leaf mildew, nothing. No bug damage anywhere. It's awesome. But look at this. This is my watermelon patch, and last year I got 2 watermelons out of this. More than that, but my 2 biggest ones were 30 and I think 33 pounds. But look, absolutely no bug damage anywhere. And I'm not going to weed. It is going to take all this over. I kind of put this fence here yesterday. It's not going to stop it, but I just wanted to be able to get out of my gate. But this is crazy. Like, it is absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I'm gonna grow some big old watermelons this year. What killed me last year is that it started raining constantly when I had some big watermelons on here, and a couple of them split, but I got 2 really, really good ones. This Roselle's not happy. It's in here with a watermelon, it's in here with a tomato. It's fine. But yeah, that's my watermelon patch. And this is growing in 100% mulch. No soil, no nothing, just mulch. It's beautiful. I got some more Roselle right here. She's doing pretty good. She's kind of tall. I'm just only going to put Roselle in here, and because people say this gets really, really big. And I have one on each side of my greenhouse. My greenhouse is a shed during the summer because it's 1,000 degrees in there. But yeah, I got some pink lemons here. This plant has never really done miracles for me. Not abundance at all, but it does give me lemons, and I love it. I really need to find a good orange tree. That's the only thing I'm missing. About 1.5 years ago, mine died, and it gave me so many oranges. But yeah, this is really cool. It's steamy out here. Hey, airplane. I have got some shampoo plant over here I want to show you. It is common to see ants on a shampoo plant because it is sweet, and you can actually eat that. So can they. And I've kind of tried to get rid of this thing for years and years and years, but it's pretty, it's tropical, it loves it here. I don't have to do anything to it. Ants love it too. The asparagus, I tried to replant my asparagus from the other bed. I was telling you earlier, it was doing so well. And now I have this little tiny asparagus and some ginger grown in there. I have ginger growing everywhere. But there's some ginger. I'm going to keep this my gingerbread. Not gingerbread, gingerbread. And there's more of that same squash. This was the mother of the other squash, and it kind of died off. And what happens is when squash is growing, it grows little roots from all these little spots right here. See? See that right there? That's a root. So what it does when it lays here on the floor, it's going to root up right there and become its own plant. And they kind of become stronger and stronger and stronger. These were not as pretty during the spring when I planted them. They were really hot. They were really thirsty. But now you can see all these other plants. They're rooting right into the ground. So you just kind of let them go. Kind of keep letting them go. Let them get happy. Let them find their own way. They will find their way to what sun they need, and whatever makes them happy. But look at these little, yeah, cute. I truly have a love-hate relationship with these green stalks. In Florida, I don't know, my opinion is that they dry out very fast, and I have them in 80% shade. They're getting sun right now, you can see. But I have them only having about 2 hours of sun a day because they dry out so quickly. You can see right now I have not much going on in here. There's a strawberry, there's an unhappy pepper plant. This ornamental is doing great. There's some more strawberries. I put stuff in here all the time. There's a green bean, another ornamental. This is some more mullein. Man, if you could live off this mullein, I'd be doing okay. And this guy, there's some strawberries on there, which is weird. Not really the time for strawberries. Some zinnias, some Swiss chard. This is spinach. There's a beet, probably dried out, unhappy. There's another beet right here. There's a beet, a long beet. I don't know. I just didn't take care of them. There's a little pepper, and it's a little pepper. These nasturtiums, those get as big as my hand in the fall. In the winter, they're like size of a quarter. They just don't like the Florida heat. I'm okay with that. They're still doing their thing, but they drop a lot of seed. But yeah, in my opinion, it's really, really difficult to grow in these in Florida, unless you have the perfect location for them. And I guess I'm just going to have to keep on looking for that. We have got these two red-headed woodpeckers that love this papaya. And I was going to grab this papaya. It's perfectly ripe, but I was like, I really enjoy sitting on the couch and I can see them eating chunks of this papaya. And I just love seeing them out here, so I'm going to give this one to them. So that's what I got going on for you guys today. Not a whole lot, but there's still a lot of food here, a lot of stuff that can be done. I'm going to really work on my hydroponics. I have 6 different systems, so I'm going to reset all of them. I started the seeds yesterday, so as soon as they come up, I'll get them in my hydroponics, and we'll talk about that. I grow in the raised beds, I grow in the ground. I have a little food forest here, and I have hydroponics, 2 in the house, 4 outside. And so there's food growing all the time, always. Anyways, that's all I got for you guys today. I'll talk to you later. Bye.